You know that feeling. You're starving, you open up your food delivery app, and you see that little car icon, just inching its way across the map, getting closer and closer. But have you ever really stopped and thought about it? How in the world does your phone know, with that kind of precision, exactly where that driver is?
Well, the simple and kind of surprising answer, it doesn't. Not really. Your app actually has no clue where that driver is on its own. Over and over again, dozens, sometimes hundreds of times a minute, your app is basically shouting a message into the internet, saying, "Hey, where are you now?" And the driver's app shouts right back with its location. This constant chatter, this relentless back and forth, it's all powered by a secret language that runs our entire digital world. So what is this invisible language? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. We are pulling back the curtain on one of the most important but least understood concepts in all of technology, the API.
Okay, so what is it really? Let's get the textbook definition out of the way. An API, or Application Programming Interface, is a set of strict, predefined rules that lets different computer programs talk to each other. It's not some kind of backdoor, it's a very formal, very controlled way to communicate.
But that definition sounds kind of dry, right? So let's try an analogy. For the rest of this explainer, I want you to forget all about code and servers. Just picture this. An API is a waiter in a restaurant. That's it. This one simple idea is the key to understanding everything.
So check this out. You're the diner. That's your app, sitting at the table. The kitchen is the server. That's where all the data and the actual service lives. Now, think about it. You'd never just stand up and yell your order directly into the kitchen, right? That'd be total chaos. No, you give your order to the waiter, and that waiter is our API. The API is the perfect go-between. It takes your request to the kitchen, makes sure they understand it, and then brings the result right back to your table. All right, so we've got our waiter. But you can't just mumble at them and hope for the best. You have to use a very specific language, a set of commands that the kitchen has already agreed to understand.
And what's so cool is that these core technical commands, they map perfectly to ordering at a restaurant. If you just want to see what's available, you make a GET request. That's like saying, "Hey, can I just get the menu?" When you're ready to create something new, you post your order. If you messed up and want to change your side dish from fries to onion rings, you put in an update. And if you change your mind completely, you just delete the order. See, these are the basic rules of the conversation.
But, communication isn't a one-way street, right? The waiter doesn't just take your order and vanish. They have to come back and tell you what's going on in the kitchen. And, well, sometimes the news isn't so great.
In a perfect world, the waiter comes back, smiling, with your food exactly as you ordered it. In the tech world, that's a 200 status code. It just means success. Everything went off without a hitch.
But what if you try to order something that's not even on the menu? The waiter comes back and politely says, sorry, we don't serve that here. That's a 404 not found. The important thing here is the mistake was on your end. You asked for something that just doesn't exist.
And then there's the dreaded 500 server error. This one's different. This is like you ordered a simple salad, but the kitchen just exploded. The problem isn't your request. It's a total meltdown on their end.
Yeah, I absolutely love this way of putting it. These codes are just the server's way of telling you how it's feeling. I'm happy. You're confusing me. Or, help, I'm on fire.
Okay, so let's imagine everything went perfectly. A 200. When the food comes, the waiter doesn't just dump a pile of raw carrots and lettuce on your table, right? No, it comes out on a clean plate, all organized and looking good. That's exactly what a data format like JSON does. It takes all the raw information from the server and organizes it into a clean, simple structure that your app can actually understand and use.
And of course, just like restaurants, not all APIs are created equal. The most common kind you'll see today is a REST API. Think of it like a trendy modern bistro. It's flexible, fast, and efficient. Then you have its older cousin, SOAP. That's more like a super formal white tablecloth dining room. Very strict, very complex rules, usually found in big, old-school corporate systems.
Okay, but a popular place like this can't just have people wandering in off the street and causing trouble, right? You need security. You need a bouncer at the door. An API key is basically your name on the guest list. It proves who you are. A token is like getting a temporary stamp on your hand. It proves you're allowed to be in the club for the next few hours. And rate limiting, that's the bouncer stepping in and saying, "Whoa, buddy, you can't order 1,000 drinks at once." It's there to protect the kitchen from getting totally overwhelmed.
All right, we've been having some fun with this whole restaurant thing, but it's time to zoom out.
Because here's the most important part. These digital waiters, these APIs, they're not some obscure little tool. They are, quite literally, the invisible engine that makes our entire modern world run.
Think about it. Every time you check the weather, that's an API. When you log into a website using your Google or Facebook account, that's an API securely handling that handshake. When you tap your phone to pay for something, API. Even the feed of videos that YouTube recommends just for you guessed it, delivered by an API. They are the silent connective tissue for almost every digital service you use.
And this is why this isn't just for programmers. This matters to everybody. APIs have gone from being just a handy tool to being the absolute fundamental infrastructure of our lives. They are as important to our digital society as roads and bridges are to our physical one.
Honestly, I don't think there's a better way to say it than this. An API isn't the whole building. It's a carefully guarded, controlled doorway that lets different programs safely tap into each other's power.
So the next time you see that little delivery car inching its way toward your house, you'll know. It's not magic. It's just a tiny, tireless digital waiter asking and answering over and over again. You can now see the invisible architecture holding our world together. You can see the doorways. The only real question left is, now that you see them everywhere, what are you going to build with them?
We are about to reach 100 subscribers. Please like, share, and subscribe to complete the target.